Hello and welcome to the Workshop Move, episode 2. We're finally here, finally moving workshop. In case you can't tell, I'm incredibly excited. It's finally time to move workshop. Now I can share the details of this place with you. So we exchanged a few days ago and we're due to move on Tuesday. I'm filming this Sunday afternoon / evening sort of time, so we haven't got long. Everything's packed up over here. I've packed the workshop myself, apart from a few big things like the lathe, and the first aid kit will stay out until the very last second, and everything else just needs a couple of boxes. Most of it's packed though for them, because then I want to get started with the workshop pretty much after about a week after we've moved in, because I really want to get those videos out on building up this workshop. So my current workshop is 60 square foot. It's 10 foot in its sort of width, I guess, and in the length down there it's 6 foot, so it's 10 by 6 foot, so it's 60 square foot. This new workshop is 300 square foot, so in case you can't tell, that's 5 times bigger than this current workshop, which of course is a humongous upgrade. Having 5 times this space is going to make a massive difference. Probably about, I don't know, maybe a seventh of this new space, something like that, will be an office kind of environment where I can edit videos and have a laptop or something like that. And then I'll also have tools like a bandsaw setup and dust extractors. I won't be using the bandsaw all the time because of course not everyone has a bandsaw. Then I'll have a proper lathe bench for the lathe. The sanders and things will be on an L-shaped workbench. I've got some bits of I guess you can call them reclaimed plywood. They're off some projects from previously, but they're very long. They're about 2 meters long, maybe a bit more than that. So they'll be perfect for the L-shaped workbench, and they're about 16mm thick, which is lovely. So I'm going to be building lots of workbenches, lots of L-shaped workbenches to go around the corners, lighting. There's going to be, the whole walls are going to be cladded in plasterboard, and I'm also going to be setting up electrical stuff. Obviously I won't be doing that, I'll get someone else to do that for me. And I'm probably going to be doing this internal door thing, because if there was an accident in the workshop, the only way to get out is via the big double garage door. So that's not that convenient. So what I really want to do, if you haven't seen Rag and Bone Brown's video, I'll link to that down below, but he essentially has internal doors plus the garage door. So you have the garage door up above you, so if there was no other door you'd just literally be able to walk in and out. But then he's built a wall with 2 like French doors or internal door sort of things, so that you can walk out of the workshop without having to lower and raise the garage door all the time. Which, yes, it's a bit of a cost to do, but in terms of the safety, the convenience, the time, I think it is a massive bonus. So I'm going to be doing that. Don't know about where I'm going to get the doors from. Obviously I'm not going to buy brand new doors because they're not actually there for security, because the garage door will be down when I'm out of the workshop. The only reason it's there is so, again, I can get light into the workshop, because there'll be internal doors with sort of glass or plastic inserts on them, and it will allow me to go in and out of the workshop really quickly and really easily. And it also looks nice because then I've got another wall that I can hang things on. So for example, the Designer Make canvas, the Wood Turners Blend canvas, a whiteboard, a corkboard, all of those will go on that plasterboard wall. It'll be a stud wall built out of CLS 2x4 timber or 63mm by 38mm, depending on what measurement system you prefer to use. So once I've filmed this video, I'm then going to do the final workshop vlog looking at my favourite projects, which are all sitting out here on the workbench. If you want to see that, that video will be the one after this, so it'll be the most recent video. Now, all of this stuff, I'll do a quick show of what I've done and packed it all, but I'm going to put in a time-lapse now of me packing up the workshop, which dates back to about, I don't know, quite a while ago when we thought we were moving to a different house, and then we lost out on that one, so we've now got this house, which in my opinion is a much better house. It also has a garage over double as big, well, it's almost double the size of the previous workshop that I was going to get, which was going to be about 180 square foot. This is 300 square foot, so it's almost double the size, which is a huge upgrade. But I'll put in some clips, some from a few months ago and some from last night, of me clearing up the workshop. Apologies for some of the bad lighting, it was done in the evening. Enjoy. So I'm in the process still of packing up. It's now the morning. I've packed all the wood apart from the pallet, the pine there. I've wrapped it in bubble wrap and some parcel tape. That should be fine. And then I've moved everything else around in the workshop. Got these buckets full, clearing out this area. I'm nearly there, to be honest. I'm not going to do everything. I'll leave a bit of it to do for the movers, but most of it I want to do myself, just so I know it's all nice and organised. Alright, so let's have a look at everything that I've packed. So over here we've got all the sort of bits of wood and stuff, like the pasting tables over there. The shelves have all been done. They're pretty much empty, bar a couple of things like the mitre saw. This unit here with the drill press on top's got loads of things in it. The bits on top are just things that I might still need, like the drill, the screwdriver, the box and stuff. In this sort of organiser is all my paints, glues, finishes, things like that. Random bits of polyfiller, paint. Up here is just things that I might still need, like the packaging tape, Sharpies for writing on boxes. In here's like these weird sort of food spice containers and things. They're old ones, like old-fashioned ones, apart from that one, which I think are really good. And they're also useful for using things like dyes in for mixing up concentrations. The metal tin's got things like lathe organised bits and tools. The wicker basket's got some of my favourite hand tools. The black suitcase or briefcase has got all of my leatherworking supplies, and this big box, well, I don't need to tell you what it's got in it. It says, but I'll tell you anyway. It's got all the pine offcuts, so bits of CLS timber, pine slats, things like this. This is my grandpa's coal scuttle, and it actually got really badly dented across here. This had folded right over here, and there was a huge dent here. I've done my best to repair it. You can still see a couple of these dents on the side. You can get this out of a dolly and things like that, but I don't have the equipment to do that. But I got most of the bend. You can see a tiny bit here. But this was, I wish I had a before photo before I started fixing it. It was literally folded here, dented here and folded over. So I was doing that yesterday and I need to get that to him. But they're all the offcuts that he uses for his stuff, for his fire and things. And here's the blinds, the sawdust that I'm keeping, because I've got a project for that. And here's all of those milk bottle lids. Lathe and big power tools are up here, so the sander, the bench grinder, the workbench, got the engine here, tripod, organisers, toolbox, Henry Hoover, and down here is pretty much empty bar a few things that you see along there. And here's all of the hardwood and Surrey Timbers wood that's packed up in these lovely bits of bubble wrap. Spent my evening doing that last night. These I'm not so bothered about protecting, because if they get damaged in transit, it's not the end of the world. Pine slats, I just put a rubber band around them to hold them together. The bits of pallet wood that used to hold this little workbench that used to be across here. And then I haven't packaged this maple because I don't have big enough bits of bubble wrap. And these two maple things, which I'm going to be using to make some drumsticks from. Hopefully they'll be fine in transit, I'm sure they will be. This is a lovely maple thin that I want to make a box out of. And then this metalworking equipment cabinet, pretty much as it was beforehand, just sealed it shut with the catch again, and that's got a load of things in it. Up here is all been cleared. These are just the projects I'm going to be talking about in the workshop vlog, so if you want to hear more about those, have a look at the workshop vlog, which will be out very soon. Up here, these things just need to go away. This is sort of like the mascot of the workshop. This car, I've had it for ages and ages, and it just sits on top of that ladder. Things like dust mask, face shield, aprons, all these things just need to be put in boxes, but all of this has been pretty much put in boxes apart from these couple of bits on the top. This is a nice box, well, crate. Underneath here we've got turning blanks in this box, and then we've got hardwood offcuts and some softwood in that green tub. This big red box has got tools in it. It's got dispensers for things, it's got a bit of everything. This used to be on the outside of the workshop, and now you can see these doors have been completely stripped of everything, as has this one. All the wood that used to be here is gone. The only thing that's up on this wall at the moment is the clock, just so I can tell the time. I'll take that down as soon as I've finished all of this stuff. And these walls have been cleared, everything's been cleared off of here. So that's all the clearing. And now, as I said, you've seen the time lapse. I'll put in a few photos of sort of the end of the workshop. Well, I hope you enjoyed having a look around the workshop and what's left of it, and seeing how I packaged everything up and got it all ready to go. Hope you enjoyed those time lapses before I did that little talking segment. So Workshop Move episode 3 will focus on looking at the new space, starting to build workbenches, painting the place, getting it set up, and I've got a couple of things that are going to be going in there. So they've left me a workbench. It's actually quite a nice proper workbench with a woodworking vise. Don't know about the condition of it and might have to rebuild parts of it, but if it's all a bit rotten and stuff, I can use the woodworking vise at least and take that and put it on here. But I think that should be in quite good nick. And then there's a lovely chest of drawers. I say lovely, they're like a workshop chest of drawers, which I think is really nice. With probably, like, I don't know, 20 to 30 drawers. That will be an absolute godsend for things like screws, bolts, glues, finishers, all those kind of things, rags, bits of offcuts of wood, which I use, like, as I was saying, the coal scuttle, that's bits of wood in there for my grandpa, putting things like that into those drawers. That will be really helpful. I think that's going to be an absolute awesome bit of kit to have in there, so I've got to take that down and put it into the workshop. So they left a few bits and bobs which I need to move about, but episode 3 will focus on all of those exciting things. I really hope you're going to enjoy following along with this workshop move. That's all for this episode. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget, if you've got any questions about this workshop move, drop them down below and I'll get onto them as quick as I can. Thank you very much for watching.